Welcome class. Like we had all discussed in the last lecture that we are about to study the ideal population growth curve and the methods of forecasting the population. Now this is the ideal population growth curve. It is actually a S curve and the graph is plotted between the population versus time. The rate of increase of population is ascertained and the graph is divided into three segments: AB, BD, and DE. Right now, the segment AB shows a steep increase. It is at an increasing rate. dP by dt is proportional to population. Right? It is an increasing rate. That means it shows geometric or log growth. Late growth is depicted by graph portion D, and D denotes a late growth, and PS is the saturation population, because as the uh, if you generally see the population trend at an initial stage, the population increases, then due to several other factors like births, deaths, and migration, the population reaches a saturation value. So at that point of time, the population increases or decreases at a very slow rate, which is depicted by the curve DE, right? And the middle curve, that is the transitional curve, BD, follows an arithmetic increase. That is, dP by dt is constant. The population increases at a constant rate, which is generally depicted by the arithmetic increase method. Now, we will take each population forecasting method one by one with the help of numerical and understand the concept behind it, right? Now, suppose in an year 1930, the population was 25,000, in 40 was 28,000, 1950, 34,000, 1960, 42,000, 1970, 47,000. Now, this is the arithmetic increase method, right? As the name says, you have to find out the increase, arithmetic increase. Arithmetic increase means you have to be very cautious about the sign as well. Now the population increases plus 3,000 from 1930 to 1940. Then it increases 6,000 from 28,000 to 34,000 and so on. Now the total increase is 22,000. And what are the slots? We've got four increases of 3,000, 6,000, 8,000, 5,000, and the total increase is plus 22,000. Now, what is the average value? Average value, this is the average value. It is 22,000 by 4, that is 5,500. Now, as it was denoted earlier, that it was discussed also that the middle portion, and that is BD part, it shows a constant growth and it is shown by arithmetic, and it predicts arithmetic increase method. That is, the population every decade increases by a fixed value of 5,500. Now you know the population of 1970 as 47,000, right? Now if I want to ask what is the population of 1980, so the formula would be population of 1970 plus. Now what is the value of n? It is just one decade, so 1 into x bar. We know the value of 1970, that is 47,000 plus 1 into 5,500. So the value comes out to 52,500, right? Now, if I say that what would be the value of population in 1990, it would again be the population of 1970 plus. Now n becomes 2 out here, and so on. We go on calculating the population by this method. It is a very simple method, and it just shows the arithmetic increase part, that the population is increasing at a simple rate of 5,500 individuals per decade. You are being given a data, say for 100 years, yeah, for 10 decades. You will calculate the increase, you will find out the total increase, you will find out the average value, and you will use this formula to calculate the population for nth decade. This is the approach for it, and it is a very simple approach, right? Now we come to geometric increase method. We would take the same example. We would take the example of year 1990, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and the same values of population, that is 25,000, 28,000, 34,000, 42,000, 47,000. Now, as the name of method suggests, it is the geometric increase method. We've all studied about the arithmetic means, geometric means. So the approach is just the same as in case of geometric mean. We will calculate the increase, which is 3,000, 6,000, 8,000, and 5,000 as calculated in the earlier method. Now we will find out the arithmetic increase, percentage increase. Now what is the percentage increase from 1930 to 1940? It is the percentage increase is given by the formula increase upon the original into the 100. It is just like the profit percent and like it. Profit percent is profit upon original, that is the cost price, into 100. The approach is just the same. So the percentage increase is 3,000 divided by 25,000, and the percentage is 12%. Now this is being calculated as increase is 6,000. What is the original? 28,000 into 100. You will get this value, and so on. Now, once we calculate all the percentages, it may be of n decades. We've got four increasing rates, four percentage rates. That is R1, R2, R3, and R4, and it might be n. So what is the geometric mean? Suppose these are the four values of the rates. So this is the fourth root of R1 into R2 into R3 into R4, right? So once we calculate the geometric mean, the formula goes as, we've calculated the geometric mean, the formula for the population after nth year goes as Pn is equal to P0, 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. This is 16.3%. This is the value of R. Once you put this value, you get to this point, right? Now, if I ask you the population of, say, population of 1980, so it will be P0. P0 means, what is P0? P0 is the population of 1970, 1.637 to the power of 1, right? So this is 47,000 and you get the value. Suppose the population is asked after 2 decades, that is the population of 1990. So again, it will be P 1970, 1.637 to the power of 2. And we go on calculating the population after, say, every decade by this particular method, right? Now, again, let us take an example, next example. Let us solve an example that say you've been given year, you've been given population. We will solve it by geometric method. Say the population in 1951 was 93. The population is in thousands, right? In 1961, the population was this. 1971, the population was 132. And in 1981, the population was 161. Now the first thing is we have to find the increase. Now what is the increase? Increase is 18. What is the increase here? It is 21. What is the increase here? 29. Now what is the percentage increase? It is 18 upon 93 into 100, and it goes on to 19.35%. What is the increase here? 21 upon 111 into 1000, 100, sorry, 100, and the population increase goes as 18.92%. What is here? The increase here is 29 by 132 into 100, and the population is 21.92% increase. Now, what is the rate? You got three values. So it will be cube root of 19.35 into 18.92 into 21.92. I hope you are all getting my point. Now, when you solve this, you will get to a value of around 0.03% per decade. What does this signify? It signifies that the population is increasing at a rate of 20.03% every decade. The approach is very simple, as we have all done in mathematics in class 8th, 9th, or 10th. That a population of a particular city was 10,000 in this year. It increases by a rate of say 10% every year. So what is the population next year? So 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. So the population next year would be 1,000 plus 10,000, that is 11,000, right? Once you've calculated this, so if someone asks you that what is the population after 2000 in year 2011, so the population would be P981 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. Now we know the population here is 161 in thousands, right? R is 20.03% per decade, and what is n? N is 3. So our population comes out to 161 1 plus 20.03 upon 100, which is equal to the power 3, which is 161 1.2003 to the power 3, and it comes out to somewhere around 278,417, say approximately, right? So this is the way of calculating the population by geometric increase method, right? Now, suppose we would be asked to find out the population, say after any decade, by simple graphical method, right? The data goes as, say in 1800, the population was 25,000. Say in 1810, the population was 28,000. In 1820, say the population was 40,000. In 1830, the population was 45,000. And in 1840, the population was 50,000. What we do is we plot a curve. We plot a curve with population with respect to the year. Right? We start with, say, this is the value as 25,000. Then say this is the year, obviously this will be 1800. Then you take 1810, 1820, 1830, 1840. Then you take 1850 and so on, right? Now plotting the various values, this is say 28,000, this is 40K, this is 45,000, this is 50,000. Say this is 55,000, right? You plot the points. Right? You draw a curve, right? Now, if you are asked to find out the population in 1860, you will simply extend the curve, and wherever the curve intersects, it will be the population for 1861, right? It is a very simple approach, and it is just based on the population data as collected and reserved. And the only drawback of this particular method is that you need to have a very precise data. Now suppose you plotting this curve for every 10 years, 1800, 1810, 1820, 1830, 1840, 1850 and so on, right? Taken. So the value will be approximate. If you require to plot a graph for every month, the data would be much more precise. If you plot a graph for each day for say 5 years, so you've got data of 365 into 5. This number of data you are having. Now, if you plot a graph taking all this data, then you would get a much more precise figure rather than taking it year wise. So in this particular method, it is of prime importance that you need to have data as precise as possible. The more varied data you are having, the more varied the results would be. Had this particular data not been in a gap of 10 years, it would have been a gap of say a year. Then the answer would have been much more precise. because the more values would have been there to be plotted. The curve would have been much more precise. Now, again, if I go back to my first method, that is arithmetic increase method. The population of 1980 was 52,500, right? I took the same example, same values, same data to find out the population of 1980, and if you solve this, this particular for 1980, you will get an answer of say 63,647. This is the value of population by geometric method. Now, what was the population by arithmetic method? It was 52,500. By geometric method, it is 6347. This clearly shows the essence of the population growth curve, ideal population growth curve. The earlier part AB once again shows an increase. It is at the increasing rate. So the population of 1980 by this particular method is more than what was calculated by the population of 1980 by arithmetic increase method. So this is the, I told you in my last lecture that this would be the point of comparison between all the lectures, all the methods of forecasting population, all the methods. What value we will get for a particular year by different methods, and what is the essence, when to utilize which what method. It will be clearly indicated by the ideal population growth curve. Now in today's lecture, we have also studies. We have taken one more example for the geometric method, and we found out the population for say decade and 3 years from now, after 3 decades. Say. Then we studied the graphical method, simple graphical method, in which we were required to plot a graph between the population and the year, that is the time. The more precise graph, the more precise would be the value of forecasted population. Right. So these were the 3 methods which were dealt with. We would be dealing with other methods like incremental increase method, then decreasing rate method, and other methods. I hope you've got a clear view of how to forecast the population by using all these methods. Thank you, class.